VC. Ooh, what's the deal here? Hold on. There we go. Hey VC, what's going on? I got two things going on right now, and that's the way the days have been the last few. Overwhelming and overstimulated. I'll start with music, but I do want to comment on the news on NPR. I received a VCLT yesterday from someone named Adrian. I don't know who this person is offhand. I'm playing what they sent me. They sent me, is it the newest Pelican? Forever Becoming on Southern Lord. Pardon the light in the background. It's just the way it's gonna. I may have to reset up here. There we go. It's a little better, yeah. I absolutely love Southern Lord's the way they do things. This extremely heavy laminated cardboard that they made the album. The high resolution, fantastic graphics. And I like Pelican. They're not a band that I would buy. Honestly, if I were buying music at this time, I enjoy this. But it's like if I'm in the store looking for music, this is not what I'm looking for. I do appreciate this. I'll tell you what I really like, you know, is just the whole package. There's a couple songs on here that stand out. This isn't one. I've played the whole album already. I do like Pelican. I also like the fact that it's instrumental, and my records are instrumental, so people really shouldn't be having problems with listening to instrumental records. Yeah, this is cool. I'm going to end up the video talking about my latest record, Flyover, out of necessity, also out of pride, and so we'll work up to it. But it's been an exciting week. Besides getting my latest album delivered, I did some voice talent work for Aaron Gum, who's in Dreama, but he's also a local music and video producer. Does commercials and stuff, and so he's helping me to find work in that way. That's been good. Dreama is in full effect. We're rehearsing. We're playing with the local band Twin Smith this Saturday at Slowdown. I just love playing with those guys. You know, it's a band, and our focus is the music. We want to make another record, but thankfully everyone in the band has enough interest that the band can stay pretty pure. In other words, Nick Fackler, who I call the leader of the band, is trying to make a living with his other endeavors, film and Icky Blossoms and stuff. And so Dreama is free to just exist. And it stays fun that way. Speaking of the vinyl community, I'm really glad that River Curd is back. River and Shelley. Cool Ranch Dressing. Yesterday, River started posting again on Facebook. Yes! I am honestly drawn to the more, I don't know if you'd say eccentric, but the more crazy, seemingly crazy people here. Not crazy in a stupid way, but in a crazy, in a brilliant way. I will claim it like that. Those are the people I'm drawn to. And River, Shelley and River are examples of that. People I've met here in the vinyl community that I'm drawn to, personality-wise, and I'm really glad that River is back, active. You know, I could name more names, but everyone wants to hear their name, and not everyone's name will be mentioned, but I wanted to say that River, really glad you're back. Missed you, I really did. It's like, you know, life goes by and so much happens that you forget that you miss people because you're so busy, but I never forgot missing River, so glad that he's back. I'm also glad that Teddy, Vinylicious, I said it before, but Vinylicious is back in action. And Teddy is another person who is just full of knowledge and passion for music. He's also an audiophile. He built his stereo. So some of you folks who will come asking me questions about audiophile stuff, now I'm the wrong guy. Vinyliciousness, Teddy, is the guy to go to. Those are some folks I'm really happy to see. Now I haven't been watching, so I don't know if Big Star 1000 has made any videos lately or if he's made any videos on his new channel. But I always want to be championing. I cannot tell you exactly why Big Star 1000 seems to be a standout to me, but he is. And so I'm shouting out to you, Big Star 1000. Hope things are well. Hope you're doing all right. And on that note, I have gotten so many orders from Australia. I've sold at least 10 records to Australians. I don't even know who all these people are, but I've had over 10 orders from Australia already for Flyover. Thank you, Australia. Consistently, people in Australia have been buying my records, but it's actually increased. I'll show it again, folks. I'm extremely proud of this. You know, just like I said about Sonospheres, that at the time when I made this last year, that this was the best thing I'd ever done. Well, now I have 2. This, I only have 10 copies left, people. So if you're interested in getting this, and this is good, I have 10 copies left. And this one is selling. I made 500 copies of this. I have already sold 120 copies. 120 plus, actually. The number's not exact, but it's around 120 copies I've already sold. I also want to thank Tim Guthrie and John Chartrand for hooking me up with, I guess it's a music blog. It's called Sly Vinyl. I'll leave a link. They are featuring my album on their site. They're also linking it, the ad directly to my blog, so you can buy the record directly from me. And unlike Bandcamp, they're not asking for anything. Thank you so much, Sly Vinyl. I think the guy's name is Robin. Thank you, folks. Thank you so much. So we'll just take a quick detour. I'll talk more about music in general, but right now, my new album, Flyover, just dropped 2 days ago. I am extremely proud of this, and this is good. Just because I'm not on iTunes, and because perception is what I'm trying to address. Some people, perception is funny, and if you don't see a person on TV or you don't read about them, or in certain ways, people can not perceive you correctly. And what I'm trying to tell you is, this is as legit and this is as good as anything you're going to buy this year. I think I've made one of the best records of the year already. I do. I'm gonna talk like that because I really mean it. I've played this thing dozens of times. This is really, really good. It's killer, actually. And also, it doesn't fit neatly into any genre, which I'm also proud of. It's also an Achilles heel. Someone commented a few days ago, synth pop. Some of it can be called synth pop, but is that what I call myself? Absolutely not. No. I'm a musician. I can make all kinds of music. Real proud of this. But just to let you know, once again, this is my latest. Let me show it to you in a Blake sleeve, actually. I know I've got one in a Blake sleeve. At least one. It looks so good. Just pardon me while I've got one over here. Here it is in those lovely Blake sleeves. Super shiny. Sorry about the dang light, y'all. But what I wanted to say is, as of now, I have 3 LPs available for sale. Flyover, Sonospheres 2. This is going to be sold out pretty quick. I only have 10 copies. And then I've got a bunch of Dereck. Nice. And I dare say that perhaps in perspective, this album will make more sense to people after really absorbing this, and especially this, you know, as this is more where I come from roots-wise, but these are all available. And this is how I'm making a living, so I gotta do this, okay? I gotta do this, please bear with me. But I'm extremely proud to, very, very, very happy with how the record has come out. Besides the Pelican and working on business, my music business, I have played a couple of records. Last night I played all the way through, it's been way too long. King Crimson USA. Excellent performances, just excellent. King Crimson, sorry again about the light, you can't see the cover too well. US pressing on Atlantic. Played all of side one of last night, Can, Soon Over Babaluma. This album sounds better to me now than it did then. It's aged really well, Can. Man, this album is killer. This is excellent. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna flip over because it's so good. Can. So, also online had a person asking me about why don't I make available more widely so they in Europe through distributors so they can get them more cheaply. In just a second here. Way ahead of them. They were just ahead of the pack. They were just ahead. When was this album made? 1974, 5, 7? Like 1970, 1974. Jackie Levy's on the drums. That is some tight-ass music, that is. Yesterday, I pulled this after seeing Ted Higgs show it on Facebook. He had just found a copy. Bert Ligon, Condor. And this is on Inner City. Now this is what I call pedestrian. There's like 2 good cuts on here. These are very good musicians, but for the most part this music sounds really... It's like, pedestrian is the word. It's like, it's not even cool. It's like it's well played, but it's just not even cool. There's a couple of good songs on here, but it's like grocery store music, or even worse. I'm glad to have the album. There is one track on here that fits the cover, I'll give it that. But this is the sort of music that I used to call coffee table, and my appreciation is there for it, but some of it is just like, this music is just so hokey. It's playing this, Underground 70. I was listening to Chicago on here, mainly just because I wanted to play the vinyl. It's purple vinyl, German CBS comp from the 70s. This is a good one. Aorta is on here, Appaloosa, The Flock, Pacific Gas and Electric. I love these old comps. Had this one out too, which was a gift from someone, I can't remember who. Super Tracks. This is a compilation that was put out by Vertigo Records, something to do with the Olympics that year. But look at the lineup. And it's pretty cool to drop the needle on a Vertigo spaceship label, and what you hear is Led Zeppelin or the Rolling Stones, which is both that bands are on this. Love Vertigo, and I love their logos. Swirl is tough, but the spaceship is really cool too. Showed this recently, but I'm gonna show it again because I played this again all the way through because it is so good. Richard D. James Aphex Twin. This man is something else. Now this is old, but it don't sound old. Aphex Twin. Wow. Awesome. Trevor Henderson came by a couple days ago to buy his copy of Flyover directly from me. Thank you, Trevor. And I see where you bought me a download of Happier 3. Thank you. But we listened to Out of Collapse Into Now by R.E.M. This is fantastic, people. Now this is what I gotta say, and just bear with me. It's my perception and my opinion based on my experience and my age. But if people, I'm saying this very generally, but if people still really listened to records, this would be monster. I think this is just my opinion, but I bet that many people who used to like R.E.M. when this came out never listened to it. Their whole perception of R.E.M. is based on their youth. But this is good. If you really listen to it, minus an opinion, you'll get this is damn good. It's kind of what I'm trying to say about me and Flyover, whereas I still encounter, because I am sensitive to how people talk and what they say and the meaning of words. I deal with a lot of perception where people just don't get that I am the real deal. I'm a real artist, a real musician. This is a legitimate release, as important and as good as anything else you're going to encounter on the market today. I say that with total confidence. You can listen to the whole damned album and decide for yourself, you know. I'm extremely proud, and I've worked hard on this, and there's no reason for me to be thinking I'm second or third rate. I'm first rate. I am. And I'm coming correct. And this is not arrogance. This is neat. This is necessary for me to get into people's consciousness that I am the real deal. And that's so, you know, listen to me and listen, find out for yourself. I'm original. I am. The last thing I'll say, and it is going to be a bit of a switch, was I had the radio on. What's being talked about on NPR this morning is about the nature of news in America. It's like
compromised by a range of factors. I mean, I get that, and yet we need to push beyond that. We've known for a long time.
This guy, Tom, NPR, some people say they really like him. I think he's an asshole. Not an asshole. No, let me say this. I think he's he's paid. And so that comes through in his perspective. I do not see NPR's I like to listen to this program. I forget the name of it. It's on every morning. It's not objective is what I'm saying. This man is not objective. There is bias, and I listen and I hear myself saying, who's paying for this perspective? This isn't Tom. Who paid for this? And what they're talking about is how the news is controlled. It really is controlled in America. I mean, we don't really get real news. And if you notice, if you were to go right now online to go to CNN, Associated Press, and things like that, and then compare that to, say, like real news or news from different places around the world and see what America is pushing as headlines, you'll see it's pure propaganda. It's pure I think a lot of it is disinformation and distraction. There's real news, but what is one of the big news topics here in America right now is how in Arizona there was something about a law being vetoed regarding gays. To me, it's just madness. Now, this is just my opinion, and some of you will not agree with me, and that's fine, but I say this strongly. To me, it is utter madness that a person over here is going to tell this person over here anything about what this person is doing. Because this person can say, I don't like what you're doing. You're gay and that's against my beliefs. But this person is over here living. What does this person have to do with this person? If this person does his thing and never the twain shall meet. And yet we're discussing this as though people have something to say about what people are. It's madness. To me, it's madness. I don't care about your conviction of beliefs. Live your beliefs, but don't shove them on other people. Honestly, the only time that I want to get involved is when people are hurting each other and when people are forcing themselves on others against their will. That, to me, is just very clear. Not good. Not cool. That's where I draw the line. Pure and simple. Don't hurt people. Don't take advantage of others. Live and let live. You know, if I happen to be walking down the street and happen to catch my neighbors in their own yard, out behind their yard, doing something crazy, well, they're in their yard. You know, I was the one that happened to peep in the backyard, you know. But if it's in your house and you're not hurting people, I got nothing to say about it. So everything else to me is madness. You know, people wanting to control others. Trevor was telling me that he worked in Singapore for a while, and he said, if you think it's bad here, Dereck, geez, you know, you think it's oppressive here. And to me, it's just sad, and so sad, and makes me mad how people continually want to control and hurt others. What in the hell is wrong with man's soul? Last thing I'll say is, I made 500 of these. They're selling. Listen to it. Don't just buy it because it's pretty. I put a whole package together. This is damned good instrumental and electronic-based music. Many different moods on this album. Plus, you can dance your butt off on this. Check it out.